Hi guys, and welcome to my brand new career mode series on FIFA 23. This year we're going to be doing something slightly different to the Liverpool career mode. We're going to be going in with Malaga, but it's not just normal Malaga. It's Malaga after being bought by the Red Bull franchise. So essentially what that means is Malaga is going to be the new team in the big Red Bull sporting franchise. Obviously they have an F1 team, they have multiple football teams, and we are just going to be another one here. How it's going to work is, to start with, obviously we're in La Liga Smart Bank, which is the second tier of Spanish football. So obviously, if you look at our team, we don't have the highest rated players. So at the moment, we're going to be able to bring in a couple of players from our Red Bull franchises. Obviously, we'll be looking more towards New York Red Bulls or Red Bull Salzburg, because we can't really afford anyone from Red Bull Leipzig at the moment, or a lot of their first team players, for example, are much higher rated than what we'd be looking for in the second league of Spain. But once we progress a little bit more, we'll be able to pull in better players from our franchise clubs. We'll be able to sign ex-players from the franchises. For example, if a player did play for Leipzig and now he's gone to Liverpool, for example, I'm thinking Canate, Naby Keita, for example, those players, then I could sign one of them. Or I can also sign former Malaga players. For example, off the top of my head, there's people like Pau Torres, Isco, who could be interested in rejoining Malaga at some point. En-Nesyri is another one, a good striker potentially. Especially in this current meta where like powerful big strikers are quite important. So this is the new series. There will be like a couple of teething issues, I think, to start with, that I just want to get out of the way. So basically what we're going to do is, to stop this series from being too easy, from developing all these young players, we are going to run a sell to buy policy, a bit like what the Red Bull teams do in real life. Essentially, if a club bigger than us, and we will have to decide at any point in the career mode if a club is bigger than us, but what we're saying is if a bigger club comes in for any of our players and they make a decent offer, so we can obviously judge that on how important they are to us and what their value is, and whether, what the transfer market information says, whether we should, ask for more money. But if we get those kind of offers coming in, we will be selling our players. This is not going to be a team where you buy the team and everyone develops really well and you just hold on to the team and you end up growing half your guys to like 85, 90, and then you win the Champions League within 4 seasons. That's probably not going to happen. I mean, I'd love it if it did, but there's going to be a really big turnover of players. If anyone comes in for our players with a substantial offer, they're going to go, and we're going to have to bring in new players with the money that we've just got in. Red Bull have given us a decent starter package. They have given us 19 million to deal with. So I think they've added 10 million on top of our normal 9 million budget. However, looking at the team, there are some serious issues. As you can see, our striker, Castro, is 41 years old, and our second striker is 34 years old. So 75 years between our two strikers. This guy is our best player currently. However, he is, or apart from Castro, but this guy is our best player. He is unfortunately on loan. We've got a couple of good young talents. Ramon Enriquez is one of them. Juande is another. There's a couple of guys on the bench or in the reserves that are okay rated. Caro is someone that should have quite decent potential. 18 years old, 65 rated. And I believe Zuniga is also, Thuniga, I imagine that's how it's pronounced, is also good for potential-wise. Also has decent pace and 5-star weak foot, so potentially one to include up front. And Diarra is also another high-potential centre-back with decent pace, obviously. So we have a couple of players that are, can be around for a while, but obviously a lot of the squad is aging. Just looking at the squad in total, I think we have a lot of guys in that 29 to 33 region. Obviously, Ramon is one of the younger guys. Febas is younger. He's on loan. But yeah, the strikers are old. Sol is on loan as well, so we don't really want to be using him too much. So yeah, a lot to do with this team. I will just note that we have managed to snap Ralph Hasenhuttl from Saints. Obviously, he's not doing that well at Saints in real life right now, and he is a former Red Bull manager in the past. So our franchise has managed to snap him up. And yeah, let's have a look at our first few emails. So I have accepted to go into the pre-season tournament. It wasn't a massive amount of money, maybe only like 1.5 million, but hopefully we can do quite well in that. Transfer market information, okay. This is what we really need to look at. So they want us to get some youth academy players. I haven't really looked into the youth academy yet, but we can do that at some point. Obviously, predominantly I want to be playing with real life players, but I don't mind putting in a few youth academy players. Obviously, this isn't saying we have to play them. This is just saying we need to sign them into the academy. That's fine. A midfielder or a forward position where we will 100% be looking for a forward. That is, there's no room for debate in that. Our strikers are aging and our best striker is 41 years old. So yeah, we definitely need a centre forward. Probably a couple of midfielders too, to be honest. Then obviously fight for promotion. We want to try and get into La Liga within 2 seasons within the automatic promotion spaces. I think that is possible. Obviously we have a little bit of an influx of money. I don't want to spend all 19 million in the first window because that would be a little bit too easy. But obviously if we could sort of spend 10 to 12 million on players, selling a few as well, trying to keep the wage budget down as much as possible. And then of course if any of our players are playing really well and we get offers for them, then we'll be forced into changing the team around. And then any financial things, sell 2 players and sign 3 important players. Okay, so they want us to finish actually with no budget unspent. So we might have to spend a little bit more than I was planning on it, but that's okay. I don't need the scouts because I have you guys for that. I have SoFIFA. I have all the potential sites. We don't need to see any scouting reports. Also, we're only able to sign players from very few places, obviously. So yeah, the general scout reports aren't going to help us that much. This is currently the team. I'm going to go and put a short list of players together that we could be interested in signing, and then I'll get back to you guys. So here is the short list that I've created. I currently want to go and get a goalkeeper because that is very important. Our goalkeeper is 71 rated, is he? He's 71 rated and he's quite old. I don't think he has any room for growth. He is 37 years old. So I was thinking I could either get a stopgap keeper, for example, someone like an Ochoa or a Caballero, because both of these guys did used to play for Malaga. For example, Caballero used to play for Malaga, I believe in the 2012-13 season or 2011-2012 season when they actually did quite well in the Champions League. But Ochoa is obviously a free agent and the higher rated of the two. One of these guys I could get in terms of the future. I think they have sort of I think they're about 70 rated at the moment and have mid-70s potential, but obviously Ochoa is something like high 70s rating, so even though he'd only be around for maybe a year or two, he would probably be a better option. So I'm going to go straight in and try and sign Ochoa. I don't know exactly what his wages are going to be. Obviously he's going to want the crucial role because he's far better than our current keeper. We'll see if we can give him a 2-year deal. They're happy with that. They don't want a release clause. The problem is I have absolutely no idea what kind of money he'd expect. If I just offered 20k, are they going to walk out? That's a very reasonable offer, so that's perfect. Our first signing of the career mode. The new cutscenes, obviously. First time we're seeing these. Ochoa is greeted by Ralph Hasenhuttl. And was that the captain? Oh no, that's just a coach or a fitness trainer or something. There are obviously some of our players. I think Ochoa does have a face scan. But yeah, that is a good signing. I'm not sure exactly what rating he is. I'm expecting 79. That would be my guess. He looks very good. I do like the Malaga kit this season. The keeper kit looks very good. Sponsored by Hummel. We've got an objective coming for that. We've got obviously the new signing. We are rated. It was rated an A. Excellent deal. Obviously, we did get him for free, so I assume they always give you that. And he's actually 80 rated, so that is a brilliant, brilliant signing. I reckon we could have got him a lot less on the wages, but I was happy just to pay that so he didn't walk away. And now we have our goalkeeper for the first probably 2 seasons sorted. It didn't say he was retiring this season, so obviously we're going to have him for hopefully 2 years, which he might get us back into the La Liga, the top tier of Spanish football. Now, if we go into the squad hub, we start to see the gaps appearing in our squad. As you can see, Ochoa firmly our highest rated player, especially in the goalkeeper position, 9 ratings ahead of Reina. I have transfer listed both of them, but obviously I will only let one of them go. Whoever we get the offer in for first, they're basically worth the same amount of money, 700, 750, and then 2 or 3k on the wages. So very similar. Obviously Ochoa is going to be our man. Then the gaps, as I was saying, really appear when you look at the fullback positions. Javi Jimenez is currently our captain, but he's only 67 rated with 26 as his age. So, and Olmo obviously has no face and no face scan, and also isn't amazing. Like, he's young, obviously, he's 21, but he's only 64 rated, so like it's not like he's got a huge potential in him. And then if you head over to right back, it's a similar issue. We have Juanfran, who's slightly higher rated, but 33 years old. So it is tempting me to play a 3 at the back system. Ramalho's 29, but is comfortably our highest rated with a 71. Juande is a guy that I want to play a lot. He does have good potential, I think in the high 70s, so it will be good to use him. And also he's quite quick in the development plan, obviously, because he has that high potential. Burgos is only 2 ratings higher and 8 years older, so I think Juande has surpassed him already. Bustinantha is the only other one. He's 4 ratings higher, but he is 8 years older as well, so it will be a battle, I think, between Bustinantha and Juande as who's going to partner Ramalho to start with. And then obviously we have the likes of Caro and Diarra coming through. I think Caro have... No, Caro's right-footed. Do we have any left-footed centre-backs? We have one. No, we have no left-footed centre-backs. So that could be something to look into. Potentially, if we were to let Burgos and Bustinantha go, we could look at playing Juande as our right centre-back, Ramalho in the middle, and then get another left-footed centre-back to play, whilst we improve Caro and Diarra. Potentially that's an option, or we could just go in for some full-backs. In terms of the midfield, we have a lot of options. However, our most highly rated ones are aging. For example, Ndie is 32 years old, Escassi is 33 years old, and I'm not sure that they're going to be around the club for long. So I think if we put them both on the transfer list. I'm also not currently playing with a holding midfielder in our current formation. I'm playing with 2 central midfielders. Rico looks like a young guy, so I'll add him to the loan list and see if we can renew his contract. Kevin looks like a decent player, but is currently on loan elsewhere. Good pace, 5-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. I'm half tempted to bring him back, but this guy's only 1 rating lower and is a year younger and has similar pace. Obviously doesn't quite have the skill moves or weak foot, but yeah, I'm pretty happy to play with this guy instead of Kevin just for the time being. Hothebed is another older one that we probably need to add to the transfer list. We won't get a whole lot of money for these guys. 7,250 for him, 900 for him, and then what was it for Escassi? 425. So yeah, we're not looking at having a lot of money coming in. Lorenzo is looking like a decent player. Can play centre mid cam. His stats are nothing special, like medium, 3-star, 3-star. Literally, he's probably got the most bog standard stats ever for his rating. Nothing really shining out, no traits or anything. Only 2 stats in the green, short passing and balance. But I don't know. You never know with a development plan how quickly these guys are going to grow. Obviously, the no in-game face is kind of annoying. Like as in he doesn't even have a face on his picture there on the left. A lot of these guys don't have in-game faces. But yeah, Enrique is definitely going to be starting most games for us alongside Febas to start with Munoz as our sort of third option, with Lorenzo depending on how quickly he grows. It's tough to know what to do with Villalba because he is high rated and young, but obviously he is on loan. And if we play, he's 4 million, and I don't know if I want to spend that on a 72 rated cam, and we're not actually playing with a cam in our current system. He could play as a left mid, obviously. He's got high medium. He's not the slowest, but I think if I were to play a proper left midfielder, I'd prefer to actually sign one. Fombas are one of those guys. He's kind of young, so if we put him out on a loan, then it's just a really aging squad, to be honest. Like, retiring end of season, we can sell him. I don't think we get anything for him. I would actually get 700k for him. But he's 41 years old, and I kind of want to see him retire at our club. Zuniga's definitely one that I'm going to be playing off the bench a lot. He's decent pace and had a couple of traits I saw. They're both CPU only, so maybe if we sim the games. But yeah, he's worth nearly $1 million. So yeah, he's going to be good for us, hopefully. And then obviously Roberto, someone who he's kind of a bit like Fernando Torres apparently. But yeah, 6'1", not the quickest actually, so maybe not quite like Torres in that sense. But yeah, high-low, good in the air. In-game face is a little bit like Fernando Torres. So yeah, I don't know why they've loaned him to Barca. A little bit of a strange one. Barca obviously aren't going to play him too much, but clearly will take him back next season. And then there's another one here, Chavarria, who's from Argentina, and you know, Lopez, Chavarria, they're old, they're not like the highest rating. Like Adrian Lopez we could use for a little bit, but I'm just not impressed really with the striker course. So that's currently where we stand with our own squad. Obviously I added a few more players onto the transfer hub, but I want to get all of these scout reports before I go in and buy anyone else, just because I need to know what kind of money they expect me to pay. We can get rid of Caballero now, we don't need him on the list. But yeah, I want to know kind of how much money, what these guys' wages are on, and then we can see how we're best going to spend our money. But yeah, that's the start. I'll let you guys know what happens next. So we have quite a lot of emails, obviously, the guys, some of them questioning my decision, some of them saying that they're happy. Obviously, Javi Jimenez is currently the captain. Future's exciting, let's just go with that. They haven't changed this in years. It is really quite just very average, isn't it? Interesting offer for this guy. I actually do want to play with him a little bit, so I'm going to reject that offer. He's one of our younger talents, and I actually wouldn't mind using him. Caro, again, is another one that I want to keep. If only they could just send me a few offers for the guys I've actually transfer listed. I remember that used to be an issue in... Here we are. Hothabed. So his release clause is 1.1. They've offered us 730. Let's see if we can delegate to the assistant. I don't think we'll get anywhere near that kind of money. But if we try and counter for $1 million, and then obviously if they don't want to up their offer by anything, then I will just take the 730. Okay, 750 they've gone up to. That felt a lot quicker than it did on previous career modes. It only took a day or two to get that offer back, so maybe they've changed that slightly. This is Hothabed leaving, is it? The new cutscene. Walking out, 750k more into our total. But yeah, it's kind of depressing actually with the music. Just walking out. Gonna skip this because it's not like the biggest exit ever. He's 31 years old and 67 rated, so yeah, not really too bothered. Bad negotiation. Oh, that's a bit... We could have had 10k more. Okay, well, I don't really care about 10k. I'm sorry, board, but that was okay in my eyes. And now we've got another offer for our other holding midfielder, 430. I'm just going to accept that straight away. He's 33 years old and 67 rated. I don't want to put the negotiation in jeopardy for just asking for maybe like 20k more. It doesn't make sense to me. So now we're having a look at the players that we want to bring in. Obviously, a striker is very high up on our list. We've got a couple of options, some of them from New York Red Bulls, some of them from, basically all over. 3 from Salzburg, sorry, 1 from Red Bulls, and 1 from Leipzig. I'm quite interested in this Novoa guy, but... Oh, it's gone round there. Sorry. I'm quite interested in this Novoa guy. He's offered to be on loan, but I could go in and buy him. He's definitely young and has high potential. Klimala is more of a big striker in terms of the way he plays. Like, he's not as quick as Novoa. I know they're the same height, but just look at the weight difference. This guy has more strength. I could go in for someone like Koita, who would be a really good signing. Definitely has the pace. But is more of a smaller, agile striker. Simic is a big man and doesn't have outrageous stats, but obviously is 6'3". And then obviously Adamu is kind of a little bit in between everything. He's not the quickest, but he's not small either, so he sort of covers a lot of bases. So it's a tough one to know what to do. Maybe looking at the value, we'll be able to see what we should offer. So actually they haven't come back for Novoa yet on the scout report, so maybe I'll just have to wait a couple more days to find out what his rating is. But I'm pretty sure that I'd like to go in for this Koita guy. So let's see. It says we can get it with a deal around 4.5 million. Let's see first of all if they're interested in any of my dodgy strikers. Not that I have any expectation that they would be. But let's try and offer 4 million and Chavarria and then see what they say. They're happy. Oh no, sorry. They don't want Chavarria. They'd rather just take the 4 million. 4 million, 3% sell-on clause. I'm absolutely happy with that. I think that's a really good deal. The board said I could get it around 4.5. The only issue is he's on 15.5k. So maybe if you want something a little bit higher than that, we may struggle. I don't want to give out ridiculous wages. I know we have a lot of money in the wage budget, but right now that's not something I want to increase. Obviously the wages are, he wants a release clause. Can I make his release clause a little bit more? Because that is a really low release clause. What if I offer him as a 15 million? I'm actually going to deny release clauses. I know in Spain they do have a lot of release clauses, but I've already said that if we have good offers for players, I'm going to accept them. Now, he's currently on 15.5. I'm going to try and offer him the exact same with no thing. Hopefully he'll accept that, and he has. I think maybe I slightly overpay on the wages, but if we're looking at the fact that we're going to get into, hopefully, the La Liga in the space of 1 or 2 years... Oh, he's meeting Ochoa, our new signing. New signings together already. That's good. But yeah, if we're going to get into the La Liga in the next 1 or 2 seasons, we're going to have to bump up all their wages anyway. So I'd rather have them on something like slightly higher than what I would normally be expected to pay at the moment. So now let's skip through this and see what rating we're going to get. I think the price is really good, but I'm not so sure about the wages. Let's see what they say. That's a B. I'll take that. What does it say that they could have got? We could have done. It says we could have saved 650k, but that's probably most of that in the wages. I'm really happy with that signing. Obviously, he's going to be playing up front. He's got really good pace, decent shooting and dribbling, and yeah, I'm very happy with that signing. And potentially, we might go in for another striker, depending on who we're able to sell. But at the moment, I'm very happy with those 2 transfers in. So here's our first game in the pre-season tournament. We have Koita coming in at right striker, Ochoa in goal. I've gone with a 4-4-2 for this first game as it is the default. But obviously, if we are to get some more fullbacks in, or not get fullbacks and in fact get a left-footed centre-back, then we will happily change to a 3 at the back. But let's just see how we go. We've got Portimonense from Portugal as our first game. Let's see how the boys do. We got a 1-1 draw. Koita got yellow carded on his debut. Not the best performance from him. Alex Gaillard was the goal scorer. I think he's a right midfielder, but maybe he came on at central midfield because he came on for Febas. But I don't know. Not the best result, but it is only the pre-season tournament. We have a couple of offers here. I think both these guys are guys that I'm wanting to keep. So at the moment, I'm not going to accept any of them. These deals, at the moment, I'm happy to just keep them like that. That's ongoing. Until we get some serious offers in from big clubs, I'm happy just to keep rejecting them. Is that another skip? I think I'm just going to skip these now. We've seen what the cutscene looks like. Scassi has gone. Bad negotiation. We could have made 40k more. I mean, I'm not too bothered about that. But that's it so far. We've got one email. That's obviously a Scassi being sold. So the squad is thinning out slightly, but I don't mind. A lot of the deadwood is going. So let's have a look and see if we can make a few more signings in a minute. Second game, we managed to win versus Ajaccio. I think that's in France, isn't it? Koita getting the first goal of his career at Malaga. Hopefully will be quite a long one. And Adrian, the 34-year-old striker, scoring off the bench. Ramalho did get a red card, so he will be banned for the next game. So we will have to change the defenders around slightly. But it doesn't really matter. We can give a few guys a different go on the squad. And wow, we have a lot of emails coming in. Obviously, one of them confirming the suspension, but a lot of them were just scout reports, which is very good. So we can go and look at the scout section right now. Let's have a look. So we have the full ratings on everyone now. Right back is definitely an option that I was saying about. Van der Bremt looks like a really good player. I'd definitely be interested in signing him. Young, good potential, can play on the wing. He's a very big guy as well. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong button. 6'2". He's a tall guy, quite quick as well, considering his height. So he could definitely be an option. Or alternatively, we could go for Okoa and play with the back three, as I had mentioned. If I search by position, we've also got Tolkien, who would be my left back option if we were to go with Van der Bremt and Tolkien. Tolkien has a very good potential, I believe, something in the 80s, so would definitely be a really good signing. I'm kind of leaning that way at the moment with the fullbacks, partly because I haven't played much three at the back in FIFA this year. I've been playing a 4-1-2-1-2 in my ultimate team, so I'm kind of tempted to just carry on with that or that kind of formation. Let's just have a look at what the man Novoa. So he's still not being scouted, is he? Oh, God's sake. Sorry, guys, I've messed up there. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer to know about Novoa. But what I'm going to do now is I am just going to go in for Van der Bremt and Tolkien. They say we can get him for around 2.1. I do not want to pay that because that's kind of expensive. Let's see. Would they like Juanfran? I mean, it would basically be giving them my only right back. But he's 33 years old, sorry. So, it's not even that good. Let's try for 1.5 mil and Juanfran and see if they accept that. They're actually happy with that. I'm more than happy with that. So, I'm really satisfied. In terms of wages, he's currently on 5k a week. So if we give him about 10k, he should be more than happy with that. He only wants an important squad role because he is 67 rated. So that's fine with me. Try and get him on a 5-year deal. That's work. Disregard the release clause because, as I've said, I'm going to sell players anyway. I don't need to add release clauses. And he's actually taking a wage cut to come to us. Okay, I'm really happy with this guy. We can definitely watch this cutscene. I'm very happy with him coming. He's 6'2", can play right mid or right wing depending on where we need him. Obviously, he's currently our only right back in the club, so that's where he's going to be playing predominantly. So very good signing, I think. Let's see what they say in terms of the thing. Maybe they won't like it because Juanfran actually was worth about 750k. They give us a C. I'm happy with a C. He's 68 rated now. What? I thought they said... Oh, is that him if you play him as a right mid? If you play him as a right back... If you play him as a right midfielder, he goes to 71 rated. So, maybe it's a... I don't know. No, I'm going to play him as a right back. They will not negotiate with me for Tolkien, so I'm going to go straight in and buy him. We're going to negotiate as well. I didn't check what he's currently on, but it will tell me here, hopefully. He's on 2k. That's more than reasonable for me. 5 years for him. Really good. Release clause, no, as we've already mentioned. And shall I just offer him a flat 5k? I've more than doubled his wages. He's very happy with that. He looks absolutely nothing like his photo. But that doesn't matter for me. We've signed 2 fullbacks. John Tolkien has signed. We're probably going to get a low rating for this because we did have to pay the release clause. Yeah, it's given us an F. You know, I couldn't not pay the release clause. They wouldn't deal with us. But yeah, I'm very happy with those 2 signings. That is going to change the team quite dramatically. We've got Van der Bremt now in here, and we're going to add Tolkien in here. If I put Van der Bremt, wow, Van der Bremt does actually go up to a 72 rated right midfielder if I did want to change him. But I think I'm going to keep him in right back for the moment, but there might be an opportunity. I need to buy another right back anyway, so that's definitely going to happen. But whether I sign someone... If I sign someone around Van der Bremt's rating, then it gives me the option to play him at right midfield and then play the right back here instead of him. Tolkien looks like a really good signing. He can play left back, left wing back, left mid. Probably could play left midfield if required, like only gets a -3. So yeah, he's got good pace. The rest of his stats pretty average, but high work rate and 5'7". I'm sure he'll be really good in game. So yeah, 2 really good fullback signings. Very happy with that. Very happy with the signings so far. Let's see what we get in the final game of our group stage. Let's see what we can get. See if we can get into the knockouts and try and get a little bit more transfer cash. And unbelievably, in the final game of the group stage, Van der Bremt scored 40 minutes into his debut at right back. Herbias actually got the other goal. I think he was playing right midfield. So definitely that right flank of ours looking very potent right now. Van der Bremt really good going forwards, clearly. So have we got through? We've got an extra 1.5 million. It doesn't say who our opponent is next. I'm sure if I simulate through here, it will let us know shortly. What? Did we not get through? Or did we just win? Is that how the thing works now? I have no idea. So here we are. Novoa is 66 rated. He has good sprint speed, good balance, good agility. His acceleration isn't brilliant. To be honest, he's not as impressive as I thought he was going to be. This guy, on the other hand, although he's only 58 rated, has 90 pace, 90 acceleration, and 87 agility. He could definitely be one to watch in the future. He's so cheap as well. Compared to Luquinhas, obviously Luquinhas is quality, but would set us back almost 10 times the price. So I think we'll just have a think. The same kind of with Morgan. I think Morgan has the 5-star weak foot, which is definitely tempting to bring someone in with that. And I am looking for a left midfielder, but this Sergey Ngoma guy from America looks really tempting. Whether I bring him in as a number 1 player or as a backup, we'll have to see. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else we want to do this episode. I'm pretty happy with all the changes that we've made so far. I think I'm going to call it there. If you guys have any other suggestions that you want me to buy, we've currently got £18 million still left over, which is a lot of cash. Oh no, sorry, current budget 9 million. Why does it say total 18? It's a bit confusing right now. What does it say? If I go on here, budget. Where does it say? Where does it say current budget? Am I being stupid? Probably. I have no idea. But yeah, it seems to suggest current budget. There we are, right? It's right in front of my face. We've got 9.2 million and we've got 197 on the weekly wage. So can't I just change it like you used to be able to? Can you not do that? I have no idea. But yeah, that's the current budget. 9 million, almost 200k on weekly wages left over. If you guys have any suggestions that you want me to sign, if you want me to look at anyone, any obviously ex-Red Bull players, current Red Bull players, or obviously anyone from Malaga, the team's looking okay. I'm pretty happy with the 4 signings we've made so far, and I was very content letting a few of our players go. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the series. I hope you enjoy the concept, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.